Hello, hello. Oh, baby, thank you. And I beat Frank.
Is it now? Is it being recorded?
Hit that shit, bitch.
Has it been 19 seconds? It must have been,
a little
because
over.
this is the Completely Inappropriate Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Anthony, along with Mr.
Frank.
Senor Frank. Howdy doody in the Dairy Queen universe.
Oh, I
No,
suspected.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
No,
You dumb fuck.
like I suspected that. I'm not gonna have so little hours every week. I suspected that it was just because I'm new, and then the new schedule came in, and now I'm working 5 days, and I'm like, oh,
Hallelujah.
I was right.
That's great.
So yeah.
Attaboy, Frank. I knew you'd get a job eventually.
Yeah, it's just a matter of,
You're not completely unlikable. You're difficult, but not unlikable. And that's an important quality to have. Not that you're likable, just not unlikable. That's a very important quality.
yeah.
Because most people are indifferent to their coworkers. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah,
It's a job. It's a paycheck. So if you're just not pissing people off, you're generally in a good position.
Yeah, and I'm away from people. Like I'm in the kitchen with the other cooks, right? But
Oh, what are you doing in the kitchen?
flipping burgers.
No, they got you on the line. Burgers like this delicious fucking ultimate cheeseburger from Stars Drive-Thru.
Not a sponsor.
They should fucking be.
Yeah, right. Local sponsor, local.
Fucking name. Let me get a napkin. Ramp a little bit. Vamp
Okay.
a little bit. Hey,
Oh,
why don't you do a quick rundown? What were you just telling me about repeating topics, essentially?
yeah. So it's not so much repeating topics, but it's like the same shit every day, served differently. Like yes, you're still getting your fucking ice cream, but this time instead of adding hot fudge, we're adding pecans.
Oh, that's what you meant about the days being exactly the same? Of course, that's fucking work, you dumb fuck.
Oh no, I
That's
thought
what
you meant
all
the
of us do.
fucking topics. I was talking about the topics I had brought up to you.
Oh, you're just equating it to work.
No, because anyways, so yeah, work. No, yeah, like I don't mind.
Well,
Like,
how are you talking about toppings?
not toppings, the top picks we were going to talk
That's
about.
fucking funny. I thought you were talking about Dairy Queen toppings.
No.
Well, of course, it's the same thing every day. The menu doesn't change. It's just like the Completely Inappropriate Podcast. It's pretty much the same shit every day.
Yeah.
Topics come in, you bring them up. I vamp about them for way too long, and at some point, I call you a dumb fuck, and then we move on to the next episode. It's a tried and true formula.
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
No, but you were saying how Chris Pratt is getting shit for. I didn't hear that. Why is Chris Pratt getting shit?
So his new movie came out over 4th of July weekend, The Tomorrow War. It's on Amazon Prime, and I saw it, and it made me want a Gears of War movie, and I was like, God damn it, I can never have what I want. But I don't know.
What do you mean? So what is it going to be about? What's the
Tomorrow War is about these people from the future, 30 years into the future, come to the present to recruit people for their war against the aliens that are annihilating the humans.
Isn't that what Green Lantern was supposed to be? I know that's DC, right? But wasn't Green Lantern like a universal soldier kind of thing, like Captain Marvel?
Oh yeah. Yeah, but yeah, so the thing with this is that for a while people have been trying to cancel Chris Pratt because although he has yet to openly admit his political views, his political stance, people are saying he's conservative because he likes to hunt, and mind you, hunting is more ethical than
100%. Yeah, no, it's the Rogan theory, right? It's just because he doesn't cry wolf about all the same topics that the left do quite often. And he doesn't, and he's unapologetic about his hunting and his right-leaning action, so to speak, which is what? Playing a white superhero and not giving the job away to some Mexican like us, or what? I don't understand. Why do people hate on him so much?
Well, they hated on him with this movie because he's playing an everyman, right? But he can't be an everyman if he is white.
Oh, such bullshit, man. Such bullshit. How brown are we? I mean, I know I look pretty fucking light-skinned brown nowadays, but you know, as a little boy, I was a pretty dark fucking little kid, man. What do you think? You think that, okay, changing the topic completely. Are they putting something in the fucking water or in the Coca-Cola or something that's lightening our skin? Because I swear to God, our grandparents weren't this light.
It's probably the mixing of
bullshit, because my mom was a very dark young lady too. I was a dark young man, and it's not like your skin tone is supposed to lighten up as you get older. Like, that's never been a thing until recently, it feels like. Like, I've known old men that were just as dark the day they die as when they were younger, you know what I mean? So I don't understand. Look at you. You practically look like you bleach your hair black in order to fucking look Mexican. Like, you're practically white yourself.
Yeah. As a kid, I thought I was white because, you know, it was.
Oh, you did?
Yes, because as a child, there was all this, like, much like today, all this, you know, stop racism, whatever the fuck. And then it was
Not me, dude. I get practically orange. Like, look at my skin tone now, how it's got that orange hue. It definitely good. I like I'll get orange or red, but I never burn.
Yeah. So when I was little, my logic was, well, since I'm not black, I must be white.
Sure, and that's what it says on the how fucked up is that on the school like forms when it asks you what your ethnicity is, and it says like Pacific Islander, African American, Caucasian. Like, hold on, I thought, how is Caucasian a one of these things? Isn't that like calling someone black, white, or
it's Caucasian
or yellow? I don't understand.
Because they come from the Caucasian mountains, apparently.
Sure, but they ask you your race and then they ask you your ethnicity, and neither one ever says like Hispanic. It's always like white or like Hispanic Caucasian or some shit like that. It was always weird. Like, I never felt represented in those fucking papers.
Yeah, the last forms, what are they called? Forms to get hired. The last ones I had to fill out. Applications. The last application.
That's the one.
Yeah, they've been asking if I was Hispanic, and I'm like,
doesn't that seem racist as shit? Like, what the fuck does that matter?
Well, I guess it's for census, you know.
Bullshit. Bullshit. If you're an American citizen, that's all they fucking need to know.
Right. But because
for the census, they send the census. We filled out the census twice and got a third one. They can lick my two fucking census. The Sensei? Sensi? No, that's an off-brand. That's a candle wax brand or some shit. Sensi. You can't do that. But no, man, that shit's some fucking weird shit. I never understood that.
Yeah, me neither. Like, you know, you're fucking either an American or, like, regardless of your ethnicity, you're an American, and that's what should count.
For sure.
Know? Yeah.
Yeah, I never understood why any of the other questions mattered. Like, I understand it for medicine. When you go to the hospital, what's your genealogy and your ethnicity? That actually fucking matters because statistically, it can show what you are more prone to being a part of. And a lot of the times, it's not even based on your ethnicity. It's based on your fucking hair, the traditions of like what you traditionally eat. Well, we traditionally eat corn and flour tortillas. We eat a shitload of fucking bacon because we're Catholics, not Jewish and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, so we're more prone to heart disease and all this other shit. I don't fucking know. I'm not no fucking doctor. I don't have the patience for it. But you know what I mean? Yeah, thank you. Hey, let me ask you a question though. I'm just gonna go on tangents since we didn't really have any topics like set up for today. What the fuck is with your Italia shirt, your soccer jersey that you're fucking wearing?
Because last night Oh my!
You lost
fucking
some
God.
money, first of all.
Yes.
Okay, we'll
This
get
is
back
why
to the
I'm
shirt. I
forced.
won't forget because we're already there. How'd you fucking lose money on the? Who was it? Was it? It wasn't the Poirier.
No, no, no. Like I, I learned my lesson a long time ago. Never bet UFC because it's very unpredictable. Like
It's so unpredictable. Yeah, no, you can't. It makes no sense to bet on fights. Like, take whatever the professionals, like Brendan Schaub does his like picks of the week or whatever. Listen to him because at least he knows these guys personally to have like an inside baseball kind of track mind on it. But that, and he was a UFC fighter.
mhm.
Um, and shit for that matter, listen to people that actually played the game. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
everybody else doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about ever. The one time I did good in fantasy football, all I was doing was listening to the news on about the individual players, and then like it was several times. Like there was this one time I remember distinctly. I heard that, oh, this guy's dad died. And like everybody's like, oh, he's gonna work harder this time because he wants to win it for the kipper, win it for his dad who just passed away. Like bullshit. He's gonna be emotionally fragile. He's gonna suck this game. I took him off my fucking roster that week, and I ended up getting like 20 more points for whoever the fuck was who took over his spot. So it's much more like, how much do you know about the individual players on that team and the way they function together? Like, it's not as simple as statistics or probability of who's won so many. Like, it's so much more micro than it is macro.
Yeah.
So that's just
Yeah.
my 2 cents.
So what happened was that it was Mexico playing Trinidad and Tobago, which is a small ass country. It's 2 islands that if you put them together, they're about the size of Hidalgo County.
Which tells me they have nothing better to do than play soccer for fun, not because they want to win, just for fun. And if they got that mentality, I bet they won. Did they win?
No,
they
have
didn't
never.
win?
They've never beat Mexico. So my frustration was that it's a
Why
country.
Okay.
That
hold on, real quick, just so I know the where we're gonna end up, and I know how this story's supposed to go. Who played who?
Mexico played Trinidad and Tobago.
Where's Trinidad and Tobago?
It's in the Caribbean.
Okay, who won?
Nobody. It was a tie.
What the fuck? Fuck soccer. Yes. You don't get ties in other games. You get shootouts in other games.
It was a tie, and I was so fucking frustrated. I was telling everyone at the fucking bar, I'm like, this country doesn't have a fucking league, so they don't have their best players to pick. Mexico has people playing in fucking Europe. Like, they should annihilate these fucking guys.
Sure,
but they didn't.
Because they have the money to pay the roster, right?
Yes. And so then there's that, and I posted, I'm like, it's a fucking embarrassment. And then the following day I see your post like, did you lose money? And I was gonna tell you, it's okay, I'm gonna make it all back today. But I'm like, no, I put it, it's okay. I'll make it back. Yeah. But I didn't say I was gonna make it back today. And today, god damn it, today. Okay. I wasn't gonna bet on the Mexico game because it was negative 97 for Mexico. So I had to bet $97 to win $10, and I'm like, no, watch them fucking tie.
Yeah, those are fucking. What's the point of making those bets? That's
I'm like, it's such a small country, they're gonna win. So then I'm like, fuck it. And then I lost the $97, but I had bet $100 to win 105 if Italy won the Euro Cup.
So you made $5 and lost how much?
$97.
No, 92, right?
So then
you made $5 back. You dumb fuck.
So yeah, I got my fucking money back.
I don't understand you, man.
I got my money back, in other words,
Sure. No, you didn't. I mean, on that one bet, yeah, but you lost it on the $92 one.
Yeah, I bet 97 and I bet like 41 in the USA Haiti game because it's another country with no league.
So we're up to 120.
And then I bet $100 that Italy is gonna win the cup.
So and 220, and what did you win? What did you win back?
Well, this game just started, so I'm at 100.
Are you watching it as we're talking?
No, it's in
Holy
the
shit.
background.
You are the worst. You are a degenerate gambler. I'm gonna take your fucking credit card away, sir. You should not. You need a what happened to Britney Spears? What does she have? You need one of those.
What?
You
The
need a
handler?
Britney bitch. You. We got a conservator. We gotta get you a conservator
Uh-huh.
to manage your entire fucking life because you evidently can't do it on your own.
Well, to be fair, I also
be
lost
fair.
$90 in the stock market this week. So
You know, I've never lost money. Not in that way. I went gambling once. I was on a cruise ship. I was 17, 18, 17, 16, 17. And because we were over waters, I was able to gamble on the boat. And I went in with like $50. I think I walked out with 220.
cool.
Just playing blackjack next to my grandma who was teaching me the whole time. So she was basically playing both our hands, right? And then what else? There was something else where I ended up fantasy football. The one time I ended up spending money to get in, oh no, that was the one time I didn't spend money. We weren't betting for money and I won that one. Fuck, what was it? There was another whatever. Dude. I rarely gamble, and when I do, it's like it's not a sure thing. I just have good luck, man. I don't know. I know when to pick it. I know enough. I wait till I know just enough information to feel comfortable making the bet, and that typically has worked out for me.
Yeah, that's what I do. I do all the fucking research.
No, you don't do because when you're doing research, you're just taking in what other people are just throwing at you.
No,
You don't know what kind of veracity you're getting from these statements.
Like for the Italy and England game, I kept in mind that
That's what you're watching now.
No, it already ended.
What are you watching now?
USA Haiti.
Soccer?
Yeah.
Is this for like FIFA, like to go on a FIFA? What is this?
No, this is the Gold Cup.
The Gold Cup, does this go into the Olympics? Because that's about to start, isn't it?
No, this is the North American tournament for North American countries.
All right. So, anyway, no, hold on. All this to say, why are you wearing an Italia shirt?
Because I put money on fucking Italy, and I remembered I bought this fucking ages ago.
Did they win?
And I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, I'm gonna wear it. And I'm gonna
eat
so
you're just you're a sunny day fan. Yeah, sunny day fan, right? That's what they call you guys.
Sure.
Like you wouldn't be wearing the shirt today if they lost, is what I'm saying.
Well, I would have still been wearing it because I have this to do afterwards.
What's this to do afterwards? What are you
the podcast? Like I haven't
after what?
After the game. The game was over today? And I kept the shirt on.
Oh, I didn't realize that happened today. Oh, so it was your lucky Italia shirt. Oh my god, you're such a douche. I had no idea you were so sport douche-tastic. Like these people that wear their cowboy jerseys every cowboy game. And then like they've got 2 games that week and they forget to wash it, but they wear it anyway and they're disgusting fucking nacho chips.
Well, I don't go that far.
Yeah, you do though.
No, I don't.
You do, because if you go an inch, you might as well go the mile. You're already in the fucking race. Like either you lose it by a minute or you lose it by a mile.
No, but there was this one time when I was like, I'd have money on the Chargers game and I'd be there at fucking Tilted Kilt and it'd be like, if I eat wings and drink beer, they score. So I'd be stuffing my face.
Oh, goddamn. Don't use fucking sports teams as your excuse to be a fat fuck, you fat fuck. Hey, fat fuck, are you behaving yourself at Dairy Queen or are you like totally munching on all the fucking soft serve?
No, the whole ice cream thing that's outside of the kitchen, obviously, because the kitchen's hot.
You can't grab some at some point.
No, like they tell me that when I go on my break, I can get something to munch, right? As long as it's $6.50, and if it's more than $6.50, then I have to pay the difference. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna go on my break. Like I don't like.
They basically give you paid break, right? Because you're making minimum wage, I assume.
$8.50.
Minimum wage, damn.
Yeah, like they're paying me a whole $1.25 more because people don't want to work.
Oh, is $7.75 the standard right now?
$7.25 is the minimum wage, but their restaurants are starting to pay $8.50, $9.
That's insane. Yeah, I didn't know people were still under $8 an hour. I thought that was standard to be $8 an hour.
No, but,
shit, I haven't taken a job for less than. Yeah, doesn't matter. Hey, still proud of you for fucking working. Do you think you're gonna keep it? Is there anybody cute there? You already got your nasty little tentacles out there looking to suction cup some poor defenseless broad.
No, like I don't. The girls there, most of the girls, they're sales, they're cashiers and shit. So they're in the front, and
Yeah,
I
you
don't.
naturally want the females in the front.
Yeah, so then
That's
I
just
don't
good
get.
business practice.
Yeah, I don't get to interact with them. I only interact with the cooks and the managers because they come over and they bother me and shit. Well, they don't
And
bother me, but they're
how have they been so far?
they've been pretty chill. I mean, I found out when was it? Yesterday that one of the day manager is a Marine, and
Hey, that might have been why you got in there a little
and
easier than usual.
he gave me his life story, and he was telling me
Naturally.
about yeah, he was telling me how
You are literally the only service member I've ever known to not like just be so forthcoming with your life story.
uh-huh. Well,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. So what do you say?
don't
Would he
ask,
be
don't
okay
tell.
with you telling us about him?
No, and then the guy was
Because
telling me
otherwise, have him on the podcast. We need a new
I
military
was
memory.
thinking that, but the guy was telling me how he's starting his restaurant again. He's opening up another restaurant because they shut down his previous restaurant, and in about 6 to 9 weeks, yeah, in about 6 weeks, and so I'm
Even
like,
better.
oh, yeah, and I'm like, oh, so he's not gonna have time to fucking hop on then.
Well, have him on next weekend.
Like I could always try, but anyway, so he was telling me how he bartended for a while, and I told him like, oh yeah, I went to bartending school in California, but I never did get a job. And he told me he's like, oh, just let me know and I'll get you a job. I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I need to renew my certificate because that was 2010. And he's like, no, just fucking get online, 25 bucks.
Yeah,
You know?
dude, it's 1 hour of your life, and you can do it at any time you want. Do it. Wake up at 3 a.m. and fucking do it then if that's what it takes.
Yeah,
That's a
so
great opportunity, man. Bartending's a hell of a life.
yeah. Yeah, so I put it in my back pocket because I'm like, well, if I'm
You
working three
have a
days,
good. I think you have a really good temperament for that. Yeah, that's a good card to keep.
yeah, because I was like, if I'm gonna be working 3 days out of the week, then I'll certainly have time to fucking bartend on the side. But
Son, if you get a good bartending position, you're making $200-300 a night on tips alone if you
yeah,
do it proper. I mean,
mhm.
I used to fucking love bartending. I did private catering bartending, which is real bank. Like that was $300-400 for an hour of my time, maybe three. But you charge a $75 flat fee for your bar, for your setup, limes and accoutrement, and then you charge them maybe $50 an hour, $75 an hour on top of that. And at the end of the night, they either tip you full themselves if they're fucking ballers. Like this one time, I did a bartending gig at the island. Bitch had a fucking gorgeous infinity pool. There was some like famous Mexican singer that showed up to sing for them. And I was just making fucking whiskey sours and vodka cranberries all fucking night. It was the simplest fucking gig. I ended up making $300 for 2 hours worth of work on top as a tip on top of my $150 charge. I
Mhm.
mean, for you, there is no better job than being a bartender for a single fucking human being on this planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you go for that? What the fuck's holding you back from that?
Well, I'm telling you, it's in my back pocket. You know.
Dude, it should
Oh,
be in your front pocket. You should say, well, yeah, okay. Well, as soon as I get my first paycheck, invest in that TABC license and get your ass a fucking bartending gig, bro. If he can get it for you, I would be ashamed of you for not doing it.
okay.
I'm just trying to push you towards something I think is really good for you, man.
No, yeah,
Find yourself a nice drunk girl to settle down with.
no,
Because let's face it, Frank, they'd have to be drunk.
no.
Just get it you get that consensual statement on record on your cell phone before the second drink.
Oh, that's the other thing that I was thinking. Because come January, I become hireable for fucking Pizza Hut, And one of the thoughts before I knew my manager was a Marine was that, oh, well, in that case, if I'm working 3 days out of the week, then I can certainly deliver pizzas on the
They
side.
usually won't let you do that because it's a conflict of interest
Really?
to work for more than one chain restaurant like that.
Huh.
Yeah, at least I know that's the case in a lot of like retail. You can't work two retail jobs because they'll often say like, well, it's a competitor. You can't work for a competitor.
But it's apples and oranges. One sells burgers, one sells pizzas.
100%. I'm just saying from my experience, I could be 1,000% wrong, brother. I'm just saying from my experience. Isn't that what this podcast is? It's just fucking talking stream of consciousness stuff.
Yeah, and
You're right.
sometimes we get political. And even at that, like, we don't go anywhere with politics. It's just like, hey, this happened.
No, it's really just ancillary bullshit. Just like because we're not that political, man. I mean, we have our opinions, but we're not political about our opinions, really. Well, you kind of are.
Yeah.
Am I?
I can be, but you know.
Have you know? But am I? I guess because I definitely respond to you. So if I respond to you, I'm evidently being political to some degree, right?
Well, yeah, it's reactions, like I want to say emotional reactions, but the only time I've ever seen you emotionally react is when I tell you something that you think is extreme, like how everyone should own fucking guns, and you're like, oh, so should your neighbor own tanks and nukes?
It's speaking in infinites, you know, in definites or whatever they fucking call it, you know, where like it's like really like so every so fetus just out of the fucking womb from like everyone, like okay, everyone. I don't think the senile old man at 97 years old who doesn't recognize his wife from his mother or himself even, like some people should not have guns, brother.
But
You disagree with that?
Yes, I do.
So you think that a 97-year-old man with schizophrenia, Alzheimer's, you know, very, very serious mental, either degenerative or that, like even the most severe convict, anybody should be allowed to have a gun?
Yeah.
Based on what logic?
The fact, because you always fucking switch it around, but
yeah, no, I've got like 3 follow-up questions. I'm ready.
No, because you know we have a natural right to defend ourselves. You know,
100%. Here's the problem. The simplest problem I have with it is like, yes, okay, let's go with it. Every single person should be not just own a gun, should be issued a gun at birth, right?
Yes, absolutely.
That is absolutely the only way it works, in my opinion.
So well, let's do it.
No, you got me. You got me. I promise if every single person got issued a gun at birth. Now here's the problem. You can't give them ammunition. It is up to them to come up with their own ammunition. And some people are going to be born in a situation where they are born with money and can buy ammunition right away. And those that aren't born with any money have to fucking wait till they're old enough to work and earn a paycheck. You know, let's say they're fucking orphans. They get their gun, but they're orphans, so they don't got a penny to their name. They're just taken care of by the state, which you disagree with, right? Because taxes would have to do that. So you see where the ball gets rolling and then splits in half halfway down the lane? Doesn't quite make it to the pins to knock them down, you know?
Right. Well, if you issue everyone a fucking gun, you know, and then let them decide how many fucking bullets they can afford or what have, I think it's fair, you know?
So you think it's okay, hold on. You just missed the point completely. My point is some people are born in a situation where they can't afford one bullet.
Right.
So how is that? You might as well not give them a gun then.
No, they're.
Oh, right. Everybody gets a gun and a magazine filled. Like okay. Well, then you're giving. I mean, you're really gonna give a newborn baby a gun and be like, here you go, it's yours. Play with it.
Yeah.
Is Darwinism, right? It's just survival of the fittest at that point.
Well, no, like if you
see, but you see where like very logistically and sociologically your argument falls apart. Like in an ideal society where everybody is born perfect and knows exactly what to do with things and themselves. Like you're living in a la la land, buddy.
Okay.
Like the no taxes thing and no government thing. Like, well, eventually somebody fucking governs. Eventually the bigger guy tells the little guy what to do or what not to do. That is government. Carte blanche, first and foremost. The second you have somebody telling somebody else what to do, that is somebody governing their actions.
Yeah, but I'm not
And
saying no government. I'm saying
yes, you
limited
are.
government. Limited government.
You've never said limited government.
Yes, I have.
Oh, we're going back 2
You
years.
keep saying no government. I'm like, God damn it. No, limited government.
Okay,
The
how do you
Constitution
limit
is there
government?
to
So
limit
what?
the
Every 100
government.
people. So where do you draw the line? Every 100 person? Because I mean that makes sense to me. I guess we just everyone around the world divides themselves up into 100 people because there's that what is it? Not the Fibonacci sequence. That's beautifulness or some shit or like that. What is the what was I saying?
Some crazy how dividing people into every
Yeah,
100,
so oh yeah,
300.
so you divide people into 100 people because that's all we can remember, right? Like if you ask somebody like how many people you can remember in your life, typically it tops out at about 100 people. Anything past that, you start to forget people and forget the nuances of your relationships with them. So the typical tribe is like 80 to 100 people. So if we break everybody up into minimalistic tribes where it's 80 to 100 people, they govern themselves. Well, that's fine, but then we're in such small fucking spaces living together that we either work with our neighbors who find that what we offer is equally as valid as what they offer, or they come back and they fucking start war with us to take what we want, and we have to defend ourselves with those free guns that everybody's fucking got, and one tribe dies and then it grows above 100 people. Then you got a 200 person population. Well, what happens then? Well, then you start forgetting people's names. Then people start getting resentful. Then you have infighting. And that's a government. Like there is no such thing as limited government because any government expands. Every government is trying to topple the one next to it. We are all just we're calling things democracy and fucking nations and we're nationalities and all this shit. All we fucking are tribes. We're the Huns and the fucking Napoleon Bonaparte's fucking French tip. We're the Hitlers and fucking we're all the worst dregs of society because society has always just been fucking society. And government, no matter what the scale is, will forever eat its young to become a larger government. Whether it destroys the people that are next to them as the next government over, the next state, the next country, next the other one other than country.
So you're saying we should just accept communism?
How did I say that?
Because you're saying government will forever expand and it will always consume everything. I'm like, oh, so then why fight it? Just accept communism.
Well, no, you have to fight it to keep it from doing that, from becoming a single world order kind of thing, you know, where one government rules all. I'm just saying, like, if it doesn't come to a point where it's completely destroyed and rebuilt, then and even in that case, it just repeats the cycle. It's all cyclical. Like you can get rid of the old government or you can secede and start your own government. But eventually the government you've started becomes a smaller version of that one that you just left. You know, it's all just the nature of the beast. We're fucking dog eat dog and it's literal. We're animals. We think that we're fucking wiser than the fucking chimpanzees and fucking gorillas out there that are fucking destroying each other's populations to have a larger territory, larger mating abilities, larger food supply. We're just fucking gorillas, man.
Apes together strong.
Yes, I feel like I should have known a great quote to go with that, but I think I just talked myself out for a second.
Okay, what else?
There we go, getting political again. But we never get political. Okay, I might be a little political. I'm a little more political than I thought it was, yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess. But
well, for me, it's not even me. I feel like I'm not focusing on the politics of it. I'm more focusing on the sociology of it, or the anthropology of it, the study of human existence up till now and what it can mean for the future. And nothing has changed. Like, technology gets better, eventually technology destroys us, or natural disasters do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so have you seen all the frogs everywhere right now because of the
Not right now,
steady
no.
rain? Oh my God, I went to cut my mom's yard today and there was like 72,000 little baby frogs jumping around. And I ran over every single one of them with my lawnmower. I was like, move, move, move. And you just hear little pieces of frog flying out the fucking side of the lawnmower. And then I feel so bad for about 5 seconds until I look back behind me and it looks like I'm fucking shrimp boating and there's seagulls behind me. It's just a whole bunch of blackbirds just fucking raining down behind me on top of all these fucking dead frogs, just eating till their heart's content. It's a dog eat dog world, man.
I tried doing that when I was little. I'd be cutting the grass and I'd see a frog and I'd fucking go over it, right? And then I'd see it on the other side. I'm like, what the fuck? I'd go back and run over it and it's still alive. And I'm like, fuck.
You had a real shitty lawnmower, brother.
I think it was just too high.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
You needed to drop that shit down a couple of notches. But what was my point? Oh, so I was thinking about that. I was thinking, and this is the problem that fucking vegetarians and vegans are faced with. How the fuck can you be a vegetarian or vegan and not grow your own fucking food and still shop it? Even at Whole Foods or anywhere else, they're still fucking plowing and fucking tilling the earth and harvesting with machinery. Whether they're a mom and pop organization or a big organization, they still use machinery, and machinery is still tearing up the fucking hedgehogs, ground squirrels, all this fucking the bird population that's living within the food. Like, they're eating all this shit up, and they're like, oh no, but they're not cows. Like, what do you think about?
No, on
you
top
either
of
care
that,
about animals or you only care about cows.
on top of that,
cows, chicken, and pork are the only animals that matter.
It's been proven, you're not going to believe this, it's been proven that plants feel pain.
100%. I do believe this because I listened to that TED Talk, you motherfucker. I
didn't get it from a TED Talk.
I got it from a TED Talk and Stuff You Should Know, I think, podcast. It's a really good one. It might have been NPR too, but yeah, that the root structure underneath, they send electrical signals to each other. And not only that, but they feel pain and understand when they're being destroyed. So there will be a plant on this side, and they'll play the sound of caterpillars eating the leaves, and they can hear. They play the sound. That's it. And we've known this for a long time, right? They've always said sing to your plants or play classical music to your plants and they grow faster. And actually there was a study where it said it didn't even matter if it was hard rock or anything. It's just any audible kind of beat would promote growth. But so they played the sound of caterpillars eating the leaves, and it made them change their flavor profile. They started producing more bitter, acidic particles within their system to make them not taste as good to these animals, so they wouldn't eat them quite so voraciously. So the plants are as intelligent as anything else on this fucking planet. It surprises me that anybody thinks that otherwise. Like nowadays, I guess, but of course I wouldn't have felt that way if I didn't hear that TED Talk or anything. So yeah, I'm happy to be spreading this information. Thank you.
Yeah, and so my point is that, if you don't eat meat because you're killing animals, then why are you eating plants? You're literally killing fucking plants.
Well, you have to draw the line somewhere, Frank.
Cucumbers scream when you cut them. Like, what the fuck?
Do they scream, or are they just releasing like an air pocket?
No, they scream.
Yeah, so do lobsters, right? They say the lobsters screaming as they go in the boiling pot, which never made any fucking sense to me. It cannot taste better having them die slowly in boiling water. Like, fucking take a knife to the back of the head and split their fucking dome open before you throw them in a boiling pot of water.
Yeah,
like, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Apparently, it's ethical to slice them up before you fucking throw them in the water.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me. But then again, I eat crawdaddies. And the only way to do that, you have to have them purge themselves. So while they're alive, you put them, they're fresh water. Crawdaddies are mud bugs. What else are they known by? There's like tons of names for them. You know what I'm talking about? Crawfish?
No, I figured crawfish, but I've never.
Crawfish, crawdaddies, mud bugs,
Oh,
baby lobsters, whatever the fuck you call them. The way you cook them, you prepare them is you got to throw them in, they're freshwater animals. So you throw them in a big ice chest filled with water and you dump practically an entire fucking thing of salt in there. And you basically give them dysentery and make them vomit up all their internal shit, literal shit, until they die. It's the most gruesome way I've ever heard. Could you imagine, like, you breathe, like we breathe air? Oh, gas chambers? That's what we're doing to crawfish. We're throwing poison in their fucking ecosystem, in their water, which they breathe and live in. Well, I don't know if they live. I assume they breathe it. Fuck if I know. I ain't no fucking. Hi, how's the game going, Frank?
it's going.
I hope you lose all your money for fucking paying no attention to me.
That's the thing, though. Like, I don't like when I talk about fucking betting. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm gonna lose fucking money, right? But when I have enough to buy a house, all I hear are fucking crickets.
I'm sorry. You bought a house recently?
No, because my
I'm
dumbass.
sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. Do you have an apartment? So what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, you have enough to buy a house. What do you do with the money? If you gamble it away, it's still the same fucking problem as having no money.
When I have enough to buy a house, I throw it at women and I buy alcohol. That is my problem. It's not the gambling. It's.
I assure you, Frank, it's the gambling.
No, it's my.
You throw the money away, so it gives you a reason to gamble
needs.
more. Yeah, well, apparently those needs are non-existent when you're on probation. What's been your excuse for the last 5 years? You don't need money to pull women. You just need to not be a creep.
No, I realize that without money, I have no game.
Yeah, it's funny how that works, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking love life. What can you do? All right, man. What are we doing with this episode? How long have we been going?
Well, we got 3 minutes before the 45-minute mark. So you want to end it now?
No, what do we got? I mean, was there one last thing you wanted to pull out your butt?
There's a Black Widow thing I can't talk about because I'll be spoiling the movie.
So no.
There's cancel food. Speaking of food, because what they're saying is that you cannot call foods exotic anymore because you're reinforcing xenophobia and racism.
Well, this has been another episode of the Completely Inappropriate Podcast, everybody. I'm not giving that any time of my fucking day. Frank, what do we tell tell them where they can find us?
They can find us here. They can find us there. They can find us everywhere. We are everything and nothing.
Just not in some Dr. Seuss rhymes anymore because those have been canceled. None of the ones that people actually read, but whatever.
So you can find us on Instagram under CI Podcast, on Twitter under Completely an App. You found us on YouTube if you're watching, and you can probably find us on the other one. What's it called? BitChute. But you can listen to us wherever you listen.
When was the last time you put anything on BitChute?
Hop on the page; it'll tell you.
Useless. All right, ladies and gentlemen, remember to love yourself. Try to be happy. Try to be better today than you were yesterday. And Frank, what do you got to say?
Be excellent to each other.
Find you motherfucking happy. Peace out, friends. Much love. Bye, Frank.
Bye, Frank.
He comes from his mama. So eat your pie.
Okay. I'm gonna stop recording now.